Sheriff on Vibe, the place for travel tips, news, deals, entertainment, and fun, fun, fun. The talk has been laden with fear, and fear has one purpose: to cripple, to paralyze, to disarm, and basically to rob you of life's pleasures, to take away free will, and to take away the desire of doing what you have worked very, very hard towards. And so we want to provide an objective outlook on what has been causing mounting fear, the issue of the coronavirus, the novel coronavirus. And in this presentation and subsequent presentations, we really just want to speak not as healthcare practitioners, which we're not, but as travel providers who live and share the same space, breathe the same air, with the same concerns, but of course being objective on the matters at hand. So with that being said, we're going to touch on several different things at several different times, and it is our intention to get up to the minute quotes from relevant authorities, and this should put at ease the minds of those who remain in fear as the novel coronavirus runs its path. And the first presentation that we want to pay attention to is that of the Ministry of Health and Wellness of the island of Jamaica. Now, on March 4th, and that was Wednesday, the official press release from the Ministry of Health and Wellness states categorically that there is no confirmed or suspected case of the novel coronavirus within Jamaica. I know persons have been listening to gossip, and we know what gossip does. Triggers fear. But those who are responsible for the data have confirmed that up to March 4th, there's no confirmed case in Jamaica. They have gone further to maintain that their only intention is to keep the borders of our island nation safe. Now, tourism is Jamaica's largest earner of foreign exchange. And so we reached out to the news coming out of the airports. And so the Airports Authority of Jamaica, the AAJ, on March 4th, commented that in the wake of the COVID-19 outbreak, it has maintained its partnership with the management of the island's 3 airports. And according to the AAJ, the Norman Manley International Airport, Sangster International Airport, and the Ian Fleming International Airport are working closely with the Ministry of Health and Wellness to alleviate any spread of the virus. And their big statement is the safety and security of all passengers, airport workers, and users are always paramount. And as such, they maintain all the rigors necessary to keep our ports or airports and their access safe. Now, along with the 5 countries where we are as a country banned from both traveling and receiving visitors, there are other safety precautions that have been put in place. Namely, passengers are screened upon arrival by heat sensing scanners for high body temperature. And this is prior to entering the immigration hall of all our all 3 of our airports. And of course, we also have an increased level of stock for personal sanitizing items. So that is very, very important. There are also quarantine stations located in the incoming immigration hall, and this facilitates a constant presence of public health nurses. And of course, too, the aerodrome emergency response plan has been activated, and this is regarding communicable diseases. So passengers that meet criteria number 1, showing signs or symptoms, or criteria number 2, with a travel history, will be quarantined and transported to an off-site Ministry of Health facility by the public health nurse or the Ministry of Health and Wellness team, and they will be provided with the requisite provisions. The Airport Authority of Jamaica remains committed to providing relevant information to all stakeholders, and that includes placing special features on the new COVID-19 in monthly airport newsletters, which is distributed to the entire airport community, dissemination of airport operations, human resources, bulletins on the COVID-19 prevention, and to encourage necessary behavior change in employees and stakeholders. Also, banners with general information on the COVID-19 are placed strategically throughout the main terminals of the international airports, and online links are also available, including measures that travelers may take to protect themselves, and these are posted on all corporate social media platforms. Just to wrap up this presentation, a few facts that we need to consider while we're talking about the coronavirus. The first fact, it has nothing to do with the Corona beer. So if you're a beer drinker, if you like drinking Corona as a brand of choice, please feel free to continue drinking Corona beer. Has nothing to do with it. Another fact is, even though this virus has been spreading across the world, the common flu, that's the flu that you get when the temperatures change, it kills 60 times more persons than the coronavirus. So do not get yourself overly excited. The common flu is something that we get every so often, and it is still the number 1 virus in terms of deaths. So we understand where we're coming from with that. Now, only 2% of the cases that have contracted the virus have died. And just this morning, the news out of the various sources is that persons who contracted the virus are now on the mend. And so these persons will get back to regular life, and they will only have stories to tell of the virus. Very important for all of us, hand washing. It sounds so simple. This is what your mother and your grandmother would have told you from as long as you can remember, but people have been very, very careless with hand washing. And the biggest way to ensure that you keep yourself safe is frequently washing your hands with soap and water, and of course avoid touching your face, your hands, your nose, and your mouth. And of course, handshakes, we would suggest that you stay away from that. People are now resorting to fist bumps or elbow touching or even foot shakes. So if that's your customary way of greeting for handshakes, we would suggest that you refrain from that right now. And of course, it is better for all of us if when sneezing or coughing, that is done in a tissue that is right away discarded, and you still go ahead and wash those hands. So we cannot go away from washing of the hands. And just to remember that there is no real reason to wear a face mask. As the presenter from the Ministry of Health shared with us, not all masks are created the same, and A lot of the masks that people have chosen to wear and even to put their pets in, they are not going to prevent anything from sharing. So if you have to wear a mask, you should know why you're wearing that mask and what mask is best. But the best rule is that because the virus is spread by droplets, you maintain that 3 foot distance from the next person. And so crowded groups, crowded places of assemble, as well as pecking on the cheek and kissing, are highly suggested to be discontinued for the time being. This is Sheri, and it's been your daily update on how to stay virus free. As we know, it's all about the fun when your health remains your wealth. Ciao for now.